Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, it is the beginning of Season 13 and a massive channel update. Hello and welcome to the show. I hope you are all doing well. My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS, the kickoff of Season 13. I wish that today we could open with some brighter news, but we will get through this together. And very sad passing of our dear friend Adam Burse, a long-standing musician in this community. So I'd heard about this yesterday and didn't want to say anything until we got confirmation. I talked about it on the Patreon yesterday with my Patreons. And so last night it was confirmed by his brother that unfortunately last Monday Adam passed away with his family in England after travelling to Berlin and to tick off one of the largest things on his bucket list that he had planned, to go to a huge metal festival. And it's just incredibly sad for all of us and his family. My heart goes out to his family on behalf of me and this channel. And I guess, you know, the people who come here and support this channel. I will miss your fire emojis. We joke, you know, about fire emojis and stuff. But there'll be a thing that I definitely miss seeing in the comments, because he was an incredibly sweet and kind human being. This dude worked his ass off and loved his 7-string guitars, his LTD guitars, and he did get to go to the festival. So he did get to go to the festival. He saved up all his money and traveled to Germany, to Berlin, and saw this huge festival. I don't know all of the circumstances, but I just gather, you know, something's happened on the way home, or he's come, or I don't know if he was sick beforehand. I'm sure we're going to find out a little bit more as time goes on. His family are going to release some details and funeral details over the next few days. So I'll keep you guys informed of what I know. I do understand that Metalhead Hippie won't be streaming today. I'm sure that's hit Jeff really hard, like it's hit lots of us really hard. We've had 2 community members in a week, and both of them 38 years old. 38. Just devastating stuff. Yeah. So, rest in peace, Adam. I'm going to miss you so much, seeing you around. It's weird. I went back and looked through messenger conversations I had with him last night, and yeah. Okay, so for the rest of us, we're all still here and life does go on, you know what I'm saying? And we got some big changes to talk about on this channel today. And we're going to close the show with a song by Adam, the only song that he ever released through a distribution service. We're going to play that to close out. And look, go and leave a message over on Ola's channel and let Ola know, because Adam was heavily involved in the Swallow channel challenges. I'm sure Ola would love to know. I'm going to try and email Ola personally and let him know what's happened. Maybe you'll give him a shout out, because he was a big part of that community as well too. He's a big part of many of our communities, and he will be sorely, sorely missed. All right. Let's say hello to you all. Let's pick up the pace a little bit and try and bring some joy. Yeah, that's what this channel has always been about, to provide some laughs and entertainment and tutorials and education. And it's going to get more and more. That's what these updates are about today. Chad Freeman, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We've got Princess LDG. We've got Mixed Club. Mixed Club, I hear you're very excited about these changes. You think I'm going to change the world. Don't get too excited. Thomas Christ, hello. Mateusz Prakowski is in the house. Mark Bro, hello. Kim Harden Hudson. Who else is here? This is going to be a thing that's going to go away soon as well, too. Not so much of this, but you're going to find out what's happening. SG Experiment, g'day. Excuse me if I keep hitting the cough button. I've had a flu for 2 weeks, 3 weeks nearly, and this cough just refuses to go away. Camp G-May was here earlier. Jenny Jolivet. Brad Example's back from his little fishing trip. Brad went fishing. He took some time away, which is good to go and do, you know, take some time off. And Brad's bought a new boat and he's now the captain. And look at this. Look at this little weirdo and his little boat. On you, Brad. Do the things that make you happy, folks. Life's not all about sitting in front of your iPad making music, but, you know, it's good to make music, and that's part of the reason there are some changes coming. I think I've got most of you here. If I've missed saying hello to you. Leela, I saw as well. Mark's GAS Station, hello to you. Seagull Rock Squawk, hello. Yeah. All right. Life is too short. Tell people you love them. And if you've got an opinion that's going to hurt somebody's feelings, don't do it. Shut the up. God, stop being crap people to each other. Life is so short, man. Unbelievable. With all that's going on in this world, yeah, look around. Everybody's at each other. Try and at least in the small spaces of fun and have some fun. Not everything has to be about politics, for fuck's sake. Right. Are we ready to go? Let's talk about these massive changes that are coming up on this channel. Okay, so firstly, this channel has been going since about 2007. But this iteration of the channel, before 2020, this was just my music channel where I just released my music and odd bits and ends and comedy and video, and it was nothing much. I never really focused on YouTube. And then in 2020, the inconvenience happened. We all got locked down in our houses, and it provided an opportunity for me to hopefully create a channel that would not only benefit me by having something to do and get out of bed due to my health issues, but hopefully provide entertainment, tutorials, and some fun here. And 4 years later, here we are. Yeah, still going strong, but things need to change for me and hopefully for you to, evolve. I've always been about, trying to find new things to do and not get stuck in the status quo and get stuck treading water, because that just bores me shitless. And I like to try and keep things interesting. And we've got over 4,000 subscribers, and, a lot of people I value so much who support me here and keep the machine rolling, keep me getting up each day to do this. And so firstly, I want to thank everybody for all of their support so far, for everything, people, all the wonderful comments, all the kind donations, the support memberships, the support with Patreon and all that kind of stuff. I feel incredibly blessed every single day. And trust me, I don't take this lightly. I get up and I try to put on as much entertainment as I possibly can. And, I want to deliver good stuff. I don't want to sit here and bore you shitless and, but at the same time, I want to see people get better. And I want to see better people produce better things, and I want to have discussions, and I want to showcase people. There's just so much I want to do, but there's just been so little time the way the channel has been running with a live stream every day. So, what are the things that are changing? Let's begin with the simplest of things, thumbnails. Of course. Thumbnails change progressively over time with all channels. For the longest time here on this channel, I ran for many years with a particular type of thumbnail that apparently got people really upset, like these, where I would use a little cartoon avatar of myself and a logo and And a lot of people got very upset and used to tell me, why don't you show your face? I'm like, I don't know, because everybody else does. And who wants to see another face going? There's so much of that on YouTube. So I thought these thumbnails were cool. But apparently some people hated them and some people were okay. And, you know, we ran with those thumbnails for a long time. And then I switched over to a different kind of brand of thumbnails. And I know you're probably going, who cares about thumbnails? Well, apparently YouTube tell us that they're so important. And, you know, that if you get them wrong, then your whole channel's ruined. You got to do the right thing. And so then I moved to this template, which you've probably seen for the longest time here for the last year and a bit. These black thumbnails with like the bottom that says, you know, what the actual thing is, a picture of me, a little image of the app that we're looking at, the title, but again, maybe still a little bit too cluttered. Yeah, still a little bit too cluttered maybe. Hi, Chris Lane Sr. Hello, Jerry Gomes. It's hard because thumbnails are very subjective, aren't they? You know, some people get very upset with them and some people just don't give a shit. In my opinion, like thumbnails are just, I don't know, a thing. Hopefully they just explain what it's going to be about. And I put off for the longest time having the faces because I feel like a bit of a dick. You know what I'm saying? But we progress because over the last, I think I did a rant on thumbnails where we were talking about how I'm going to start changing them up a little bit. And then over the last few months, we've been varying things up. So these thumbnails have been the consistent for app reviews. So you knew it was an app tutorial. Whereas something like the rant or an interview was a little bit different where we had, or like Walk With Me, the more brighter kind of thumbnails, or like something like this with Pete Johns, the bigger thumbnails. So, you know, this is kind of the way that a lot of people prefer thumbnails, especially YouTube. They tell you this is the best way to do it. But it's really hard, hit and miss, you know. So this is the direction that the thumbnails will go from now. So as you can see, and I'll talk a little bit about already. So today's thumbnail was this. And I don't like pulling stupid faces. I've always been against those kind of thumbnails. That's why I didn't do them for a long time. Hello, Perpetual Platypussy. But, you know, hey, in my opinion, this stupid face right here that you look at every day, I used this picture today of me going, because it's a massive channel update. And I'm excited about the massive channel update. Unfortunately, already on the first day of new thumbnails, there's been a bunch of people saying, you've got a stupid face and I would never watch your video. And that's okay, man, right? That's okay. I'm glad I've got a stupid face. I would hope always that the thumbnails don't really matter, that hopefully you're coming here for the content. That's the most important thing, yeah? Hi, Mr. Smith. So, yes, the thumbnails are changing. No longer will there be this, you know, this method with the black and the white and all that kind of stuff. Everything will be switching over to these larger thumbnails, starting with tomorrow's first app, Clean Ridge Walk by Akil Adam. There we go. That's the thumbnail. Nice and big. My stupid face. But, you know, not all of them will have a stupid face on them. Because you don't need to have a stupid face on everything, do you? Because there's this stupid face right here. Okay. Thank you, Hedgehog Fox. You like this? What can I do? You can't win either way. You know what I mean? You put a cartoon of yourself, it's bad. You can't please everybody. And if you get upset about it, then this isn't the business for you, right? It just isn't. So you gotta take it as it is. All right. So why are the thumbnails changing? Because the shows are changing. So for the longest time, we've been doing tutorials here for iOS they're not going away. They're just changing a little bit. Here's the deal. There's only like so many days in a week, and unbelievably, there's more apps that get released than days in a week. So I feel like I'm constantly falling behind to keep up with all of the apps and do other things that I want to do on the channel. So it's about time I start moving to pre-recorded tutorials. Now, wait. Not all tutorials are going to be pre-recorded going forward. So there will be a bunch of tutorials. Probably about 70% of them will move now to pre-recorded. And they won't be dropped at this time every day, like the live streams. They'll just be dropped like a normal, typical YouTuber would drop a video. They will be between 10 to 20 minutes, mostly 12 kind of minutes, and much shorter. No hellos, no price drops, no gaff. Just a tutorial. Bang, 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 all the key bits, straight, fast, delivered, but with a hint of something different. Not just a filming of the iPad screen like this. Because over a period of time, I've been investing in cameras. And I've been filming stuff like Walk With Me. And I have a whole lot of fantastic cameras. And some of these tutorials may have shots of me outdoors working on music and some more interesting kind of shots, where shots taken around my house of me, using the app, and they're going to be a little bit more spicy than just a screen, but, something a little bit more eye-pleasing, but shorter and straight to the point. Yeah, straight to the point. Because I know there's a lot of people out there who want to see these tutorials, but don't want to sit through the hellos and they don't want to sit through that. They just want to see how the app works and move on. And that's cool. So it's okay to create this content now. I have been putting it off for the longest time because I wanted to build my skills back up of editing. And thanks to doing stuff like Walk With Me, I think my editing skills are getting pretty bang on good again, right? So what does that mean for the daily live streams? Yeah, in the shower. That's exactly right. Hi, Cold Acre. Hello. It's coming. Anyway, audible video. Hello. All right, let's continue on. So, tutorials. So, there will be a whole bunch of these pre-recorded tutorials, but there still will be live tutorials because some apps will warrant that. And it depends on the app. And because sometimes we're looking at apps that just have a whole bunch of presets, brand new presets, and you can't do an hour stream on presets. So this is where things can get delegated to pre-recorded videos and such. And some videos, some tutorials, because here's the deal, folks. I get a lot of, I'm on a lot of betas. So before an app comes out, I've been on a beta for like 2 months. And I already understand how this app works way before it's released. And because there's only 5 days in a week kind of thing, I may have all my shows set out for the week because you've got to plan ahead for the week. You know what I'm saying? You've got to have stuff ready to do the week. You got to know what you're doing. So I set up 5 shows during the week, and then an app drops halfway through that's a really big deal, and I've got to wait till the next week. So I want to be able to have the flexibility to just go, oh, that app dropped, awesome. Or I'd like to pre-record an app ready for when it drops. Because I'm on a beta way before, I can produce some really nice stuff. If you've ever seen one of the really fantastic iOS creators here in the community, Jacob Hack, he puts together some fucking amazing videos for his tutorials. Funny and, his own style with a little cartoon and stuff. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to rip off Jacob at all. But I have my own flair too, and I believe I can make stuff, that is interesting with a bit of funniness and outside and mixing content styles. So there's going to be those kind of tutorials as well. And I implore developers, if you would like to have a special show put together, something like that, you can always, hook up and we can talk about a money and do a sponsored thing, because I'm more than willing to put together something really, really nice and showcase this is what we can do, make some really fantastic stuff. So we will be kicking off this week with this new dump of videos that will happen randomly. But tomorrow we're still doing a review for Ridgewalk, which will be live. But there are a whole bunch of other apps this week that will not be live and will just be dropped. So hopefully you understand what's going on with the tutorials. I just want to reach out and make sure any developers watching this, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not slacking off on my dedication to providing as thorough tutorials as I possibly can. In fact, I want to make them better for you, right? So, I want to thank all of the developers who continue to support me and offer me codes to give away to my Patreons. I'm not going anywhere, my friends. I'm going to make this even better for you guys and try my hardest to, hopefully help people understand how to use these apps. So there we are. There are tutorials, pre-recorded drops. Some of them may be premieres and some live. It just will depend on the week and what is happening with other stuff. Let's talk about the next phase of changes. Hello, Midnight Bandit. Good to see you. Joe and Barry Glenn. Thank you all for being here today and listening to this. These some big changes, yeah? So I'm really scared. I'm really, really scared about all these changes because it's going to be a lot of work, but at the same time, I'm going to get more time off. And I'll tell you why that's important. Interviews. Let's talk about interviews. Interviews are not going anywhere. Interviews will continue as they have always done on Thursday in the US and UK time for you people, Friday morning for me. For the most part, they will be live, but that will be changing. There will be live interviews always, but there will be pre-recorded premiere interviews. Now, why is this? Well, not everybody can join me for an interview at a specific time every week. It's asking a lot. I've been missing out on some really, really awesome interviews with some really massive, and I'm not bullshitting around here, massive artists, right? Household names that I've been in contact with, but things have fallen through because I've been unable to get them on the live interview because time zones. These people are busy. And if I want to take this to the next level and not only continue to interview our independent artists, then I have to budge for other people, right? And so that will be kicking off not this week, because this week I think we have Michael Zealand coming on for an interview. Zealand. But next week we have what I consider here in Australia a really big artist. And she can't come on at that time. So we are, for the first time, pre-recording an interview. And it is Katie Underwood. She is one of the singers of a band here in Australia called Bardot, who were a part of a show here called Pop Stars, which was the first ever American Idol style show in the world back way ages ago, yeah? How long ago was it? I can't remember when it was. It was fucking early 2000s or something. So, almost 20 years ago. But Katie Underwood now, she's had a solo career. And she's coming on now. She is a spiritual healer who heals people with music, with Tibetan singing bowls and stuff. She is just fucking amazing. And now I'm going to be able to have a much better chance to get more people like this on my channel. And it's going to get even better, folks. I have a list of people that talks have stalled because of the time difference. Now I can offer a time, and the way I can do this is I can have a Zoom call with the artist, record the whole Zoom call, and then edit it all down in using LumaFusion and prepare it and put the songs in and have DistroKid sponsor it, because DistroKid is still staying with me, which I can't thank more than, so thankful for that. But we're going to have some really high quality interviews amongst interviews with you, because that's the important thing. You too, like the independent artists. Okay, so pre-recorded premieres for interviews plus interviews. So that's the changes that are happening there. Who knows? Maybe we'll finally get this interview that I've been trying to get happening for ages. So that's the interviews. The rant is going nowhere. The rant will be at this time every week. Got canned today. Sometimes it will disappear for something else, but it can do that. I like the rants. I like coming on here and just having a subject to rant about. So they will stay. I think they're good fun. They're a good way to kick off the week and just have something to rap about, have something to be silly about, and have some laughs about, because life's too serious, it seems, these days. The next thing that is changing a little bit is Walk With Me. Walk With Me began as a let's get healthy kind of thing. And I went out and bought thousands of dollars worth of cameras. This camera here, this is what you see, what I use to film Walk With Me for the most part, this DJI Action 4. I now have, microphones and multiple cameras and stuff for being out and about, and a drone and everything like that. So Walk With Me's kind of grown into something more than just health. Now it's grown into this tourist kind of show where I get to take you to fun places. And more, as I've reached out to companies are contacting me back now and saying, would you like free tickets to come to our event? And this week, I think I'm taking you all to the Banksy exhibition that's happening here in Australia for Walk With Me. We're going to take a lovely walk out and then end it all at the Banksy exhibition if you're a Banksy fan. And then I think next week, I have passes to go to the Lego, this huge Lego exhibition from this amazing artist who makes sculptures and everything out of Lego. And it's this whole experience. So Walk With Me is just going to continue to be fun and take you to fun places, hopefully. And then, as time goes on, we're going to go to Thailand and we're going to take our Walk With Me to Sydney and Adelaide. And because all this is changing, so I have more time to not be live streaming every single day. I can take a few days to go travel and stay in Sydney and go and shoot 3 episodes of Walk With Me. And okay, so there's a larger plan, right? Again, just if you are an iOS music maker, that stuff's not going away. It's just being put over there and in a slimmer, easier, compact, easier to digest form that you don't have to deal with me, my ugly face, crapping on and having opinions. Here's just the facts about the apps. But I want to create more entertaining content on here based around music and such. Excuse me, I got a cough. Hello, doctor. Oh, I better do the sound effect, don't I? Where is it? It's been a while.
Doctor's orders.
It's never going to go away, doctor's orders. The one thing that will stay forever is the doctor's orders. Hello. If I have missed you in the chat, I do apologise. I'm trying to keep up, but trying to get through all of this. We've got half an hour left. It is our halfway point. The one thing that won't change from our live streams is halfway through the show each day, we run an ad, thanks to YouTube. Because why do I do it? Well, for the longest time, I just had ads set to random. And people would be watching the live stream and everyone would be getting ads at different times. And you'd miss out on a bit of the show, especially for tutorials. So I started running the ad at the halfway point so I could say, here's the ad, give you all a heads up. If you didn't have premium, let you know you can skip it and that we wait for you to come back. And it helps me afterwards, once the show's processed, to go back and know where to place the mid-roll ad afterwards. So YouTube doesn't fill it up with 35 ads, which they do for some reason. One ad is enough, man, for an hour show. So the ad has been run now. And you can skip the ad or just become a YouTube premium subscriber. You may or may not get an ad. And I feel it's been an okay thing to do that. So I'm trying, this whole channel, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with you all of exactly what is going on. What you're getting, you know, the value I can hopefully deliver for you if you're a member or a Patreon or any of that kind of stuff, or sending super chats or any of that kind of stuff, you know. I want to make sure I'm transparent as possible with what's happening here. So yes, Walk With Me is going nowhere. Unfortunately, the last 2 weeks, Walk With Me has been dead because I got the flu. And Walk With Me has been hard because it's winter here. And I was scared of going out and filming and getting the flu. And guess what? I got the flu. Yay. So it's pretty hard to go out and film in the rain. And it's been raining and raining. It's so rainy here in Melbourne at the moment. But this is why I'm looking for more indoor things to do over the next few episodes. But it's not going anywhere. The update is another little thing I try and do every couple of weeks to show price drops and you know, updates to apps that don't warrant a full show, just like minor updates. That will be a thing that continues. It'll be far more consistent, hopefully once a week, and it will just be a drop. It won't be a live show. It will be a pre-recorded 15 minutes. Here's all the latest updates. Boom, price drops for the weekend. You know if we're back because I had a complete and utter power outage here. Oh man, this is the bad weather that's happening here at the moment. Am I back? Someone let me know. Am I back? 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 Boom, diddly boom. Yeah, we're all good. We're back. Hey, all right. Sorry, guys. We had a power outage and, yeah, it is what it is. So we're back. Let me make sure the chat. All right, we're good. We're good. I can't remember where we're up to because, yeah, I do apologize for that. I had a complete power outage. All the lights went out. Everything was a mess. I think we were talking about Walk With Me. Was that what we were talking about? I do apologize, my friends. Typical. Jesus Christ. All right. We got still spinning there. We'll refresh and you should be right. Hopefully you'll get a refresh. Refresh and Walk With Me. So Walk With Me is not going anywhere. Yeah, Walk With Me is staying. Okay, so the update is another thing that is staying as well. The update's a little thing that we kind of have every now and again where I'll take a look at apps that just have had minor updates. It was a 2-week kind of thing. It was an off and on thing. But that will be back, yeah? And it will be back and it'll just be minor updates. A very short, pre-recorded, pre-drop of, you know, just a drop of the video of things that I may have missed during the week. That'll be a thing as well. But let's get into the heavy stuff because we've only got about 15 minutes to go to get through all this heavy stuff. So the big changes, the really big changes that are happening here on the channel, these are the important ones. New content, opinion pieces. For the longest time, yeah, I want to have other people on and talk about things on this channel, but it feels like there's no time to do that because every day is a live tutorial. But now that we're able to move the tutorials to pre-recorded stuff, there's the ability to have all these days free to do cool things like bring people on to talk about things, bring people on to talk about the way music's going, bring people on to talk about the way they collaborate, bring people on to talk about the way we make music. These things are important. I don't want to lose that from this channel. I want to continue to do that kind of stuff to help people make better music. How do people do things? And you can't really do an interview all the time just to talk about that stuff. So now we have space to do these shows, to have somebody come on and talk about their process or an album launch. We can do album launches here on the channel as well. So if you've got an album that you've released, you've got all the videos made, like what we've done with Russ and stuff, we can do things like that and then play your album and talk to you. It won't be an interview kind of thing. I can record more music on shows because part of the big reason these changes have to happen is I'm not making any music because this show of going through tutorials every day and live is just not giving me the chance to make music. And I'm watching all of you make music and I feel left out. And I don't want to feel left out. I'm a musician. I've got an ego and I want to make music. I want to sing and I want to make cool stuff. So this is going to give me the opportunity to make more music. Yeah. There's been so many times on this channel I've started shows, series where I've gone, let's make an album, let's make a song, let's make a video clip. And the shows got stopped because I don't have time to continue it. Look at the video clip I was working on for with all the clowns and everything. It just stopped dead in the tracks because there's no time. There's so many apps to fucking review. Now they're all going to be mostly pre-recorded, so there's time to do these shows, yeah? Time to make music. And I can release music along with you so we can have guests. Plus, one of the really exciting things is, as again, I have all these cameras and microphones and stuff for going outside. I'm going to do a series, folks, where I hit up some of Melbourne's biggest recording studios. I've already got the ball rolling on this, and I'm going to go and talk to studio engineers and people who do mastering and put together these packages of me interviewing. I've got an interview mic and everything. I've got all this stuff, and we're going to head out to possibly the first one is going to be, I think, Sing Sing here in Melbourne, one of the biggest recording studios in Melbourne, and go and talk to people who are actually recording music and find out how much does gear matter to them, or is it about just pulling a performance? You know, and what's it like, you know, to get perspective for us as home recording artists. These things are important, I think. So I want to go out and do some of these things. It also gives me the opportunity to have, so these are on-location specials. It gives the opportunity to do deep dives into things like recording, into compression, stuff like that, that we can have conversations about and hopefully get better at these things. So mini documentaries, techniques, tips, promotions, it just opens up the door to have more stuff and more conversations and more, you know, things about how do we make music? How do we make music better? You know, where is music heading? All this AI stuff. There's so much to talk about, and it's not all about apps, you know, because apps aren't a Pokemon. You don't need to collect them all. But again, need to reiterate, I am not walking away from app tutorials. That is always been the main focus here, and they will still exist. And hopefully they'll be snappier, faster, more direct and to the point, and give you the same depth that I've pushed as hard as I can for tutorials, just minus the hellos and the featured artist and all that kind of stuff. Because believe it or not, people complain about me playing a featured artist at the end of each show. I don't even know what to say to that. So those are the main changes that are coming up with new things, new content, opinion pieces, recording music, having guests on, talking about how they collaborate. Guests on the show, on-location specials, deep dives into compression subjects, things, mini documentaries, right? Techniques, tips, and not all these things will be me sitting in a studio. A lot of them will be out and about, talking to people, talking to musicians out and about. Some interviews will be out and about as well, somewhere. I want to take this to another level. This is much more than just me sitting here bobbling away each day with my stupid face. Patreon and memberships will continue as they are. Hopefully now, with the memberships here on the channel, there'll be more behind the scenes things I can put up for you all, because I'm going to be going out and filming a lot more stuff, right? So a lot of, you know, behind the scenes stuff. And, you know, it's up to you guys. We'll talk about this. If you want extra content on there, I can do it, but we'll have to add another tier for that kind of stuff. I can't keep busting my ass for $1. It's cheap. Patreon as well. Yeah, thanks, Cold Acre. And Gary is a Wart Warrior as well. Thank you, Cold Acre, so much. And while I was down, did somebody send a super chat? I don't know. If somebody did while I was away, I didn't see it, but thank you. Patreon. Let's talk about Patreon. Thomas has put it in there. There's that, Patreon. So it's still $1 a month. It will always be $1 a month. If you join up, guess what? we do a show every week on Patreon, and guess what happens? You guys send your music to me and I master it live on the Patreon, and we talk about the song before I master it. Should people go away and fix the drums and turn them up a little bit louder? You get critical feedback before you actually release something. Because there's a lot of shows out there, right, that say to you on a public platform, send your song in and I'll judge it. And it's like, motherfucker, I've already released it. There's no point judging it. It's already done. How am I going to fix it if it's already out? So on Patreon, I charge $1. And you can send your song in and get constructive criticism with love before we master it. And then it gets mastered and it might sound a little bit better and you might pick up some tips, but it's $1. And if you want to pay more and join the higher tiers, you get the chance to win apps. Why have I moved the giveaways to the Patreon? I'll cover this one more time. Back in the day, originally on this channel, I used to give it away here on the channel and you used to leave a comment and we'd spin the wheel here on the channel. But guess what? People, being people, ruined it. And they cheated and made multiple nicknames to try and win a fucking code worth $4. And how did I know this? Because they fucked up. And one guy won on one nickname and won on another nickname. And when I sent him the code, he went, thank you, on the other nickname. That's really sad. So I had to move the giveaways to the Patreon because, man, people are weirdos. So that's why it's behind a paywall. Plus, Patrons support me and help keeping the lights on. You know, and I do a show every week for Patrons. It's not like a forgotten thing Patreon where you just join and you get nothing for it. I try and give you stuff for it. Yeah, I work my ass off. You can debate that. All right, we got 5 more minutes to close this out. The big thing is, I've said I would never do this, but I'm doing it different. We have some great channels on here like Metalhead Hippie and Thomas Christ and Pete Johns, and I know I know I said I would never do this. Thomas has You Rock and Pete Johns has YML and Metalhead Hippie plays everyone's stuff. I'm going to have a show as well playing people's music, but guess what? I'm not playing your music. There's enough of your music being played already. Why am I doing this? I actually want to bring new people to Metalhead Hippie, to Thomas Christ, Pete Johns, and every other channel that's playing people's music. I don't want to just sit here and play your music anymore. There's enough channels doing that. So I've been working towards doing a show a month, one a month, couple of hours, where I go and troll Bandcamp and various other places where they don't know this place exists. These great channels exist. And I want to start bringing in some artists from there. And actually, while we're playing their music, none of your music, all new stuff. And I know it could bomb. I don't know if people are going to come and watch stuff they don't know, because I know a lot of people just want to come and watch their own shit. Because let's face it, we're all narcissists. But during that show too, I will have 3 ads run. Well, 4. 1 from DistroKid, because they'll sponsor it. And 3, 1 about Thomas's show, 1 about Hippie's show, and 1 about Pete's show, or Chad. And during that show, directing these new artists to these fantastic channels. Because we can sit here and circle jerk into each other's mouths as long as we want that we're all supporting each other. But we all want to grow and have more people come, don't we? So that's the idea, to try and bring new artists in. And I'm just going to go around and I will spend the time to try and find artists to bring in. And hopefully if they come and see this show that I do, they'll see the ads for Jeff and they'll see the ads for Tom and Pete and whoever else, and they'll start submitting to those shows as well, and it'll bring more people in. So I'm not doing it to try and get numbers. I just want to try and get some more new people in, because performing to the same 600 people, yeah. Let me know if you think that's an idea. Will you watch it? Let me know. Am I wasting my time? okay? I just want more people to listen to us. Okay. And of course, Gladys Worthington is not going anywhere. She'll be there for once a month. Sorry, once every 2 months. So those are the major changes that are coming. It all kicks off tomorrow because tomorrow is our first show that is just, well, you know, it'll just be a usual show tomorrow. We're looking at Ridgewalk tomorrow. Just be a typical show looking at Ridgewalk. It's a fantastic app. It's really, really good, yeah? Really good app. So we'll take a look at that. And you know what? The day after, I don't know. This is the beginning of things like I get to do this. Logic Pro 1 year later. Let's talk about it. Are people still subscribing? Have they resubscribed? Are they staying with Logic? Have they made music out of it? What have they made out of it? Tell me. I want people to send in their songs while we're talking about it. Let's see what you've made with Logic since you've been using it. It also gives me the opportunity to continue on this series, which I stopped. I was making an album, a utensils album. Remember this? I got up to 2 episodes and had to stop doing it. And then I think that's the 3rd code that's been released. If you've been following along on my Facebook or Instagram or here on YouTube, I've been dropping codes all this week. You've got to decode them, find out where the link leads to somewhere in the video, and it goes somewhere else to find out about the new album I'm working on, which I'm not telling you about. You've got to follow the clues to find out what it's called, what the band name is, when it's being released, and what style of music. It's all up to you. Anyway, so these are the changes. Hopefully this allows me to make more music. This allows me to have more time spare to go and do these more creative things so I can hopefully entertain you. This allows me to make more short, concise tutorials without all the hellos and featured artists and straight to the point, so you can get to understand an app with clarity in a more timely manner. This gives me the opportunity to do more walk with me's, more rants, have more guests on, and with the interviews have some really big artists on, hopefully, as like I've always wanted, as well as continuing to support indie artists. Hopefully these changes are going to be something that you're interested in and it's going to like entertain you. It gives me the chance to have days off. Oh, days off. Yay. Also, the opening hour will still be a thing on the weekends because I need to have a sing every weekend and I want to thank people who come along and support that. I just want to close by saying again, thank you all for continued support here. It's been 4 years and look, I'm not going nowhere. And I just want to make this better and better and better, make your experience more fun and hopefully just see people get better and learn more. You know what? Because you can teach old dogs new tricks. The majority of us are old dogs, including me. I'm here to learn myself every day. You know, I want to get better. I want to release music with you all as well too. I want to feel like I'm back part of the community. I feel really isolated at the moment and that I'm not a part of it because I'm here all the time doing this. So it's for my own sanity as well, but I want to entertain you and I want to give you quality content. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Thank you for all of the support. I really, really hope that you enjoy this stuff. I'm really excited about it and I'm prepared. The first pre-recorded videos will drop this week with some preset pack videos, some videos on some apps, and all that jazz. All right, let's get out of here with today's featured artist. For the last time, let me tell you, folks, There are no more featured artists. I will not be playing a song at the end of every show now because I've been doing that for a long time. And it's really hard to make sure I'm not going to get a copyright claim and all that stuff. But I love all your music and all that stuff, but I will continue to interview you and have you on the show and feature you in other ways. There's plenty of shows that play music. But today is very important. It's the start of a season 13, a new chapter in this channel, and the ending of someone we love dearly. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. Just be kind. This is Adam Burse, Repetition Radio. Rest in peace, Adam. Pete Johns is up next with YML.
Supposed to be